Tucker, your toe shoes are good. Just a compliment for you about your toe shoes. Got another one here for you. You're good at climbing over bathroom stalls. Okay, you are my best friend. My best friend since second grade. I hope we will stay in touch later, and that our friendship will never fade. You are super cool and clever, and pretty good at Spanish. Your hair looks like Pook's, and your skin is kind of tannish. You are mostly strong and suave, like a water buffalo in a leather jacket. But you are also goofy and immature, like a child making a racket. You really dig math team, and snow leopards are your favorite big cat. But you are also into Netflix, which might eventually make you fat. Do you want to hear something funny? Your last name is Kirven, and before you had braces, your front two teeth used to curve in. You know me like no other, and I thank you for that. You make the days worthwhile, and you're always up for a good chat. Keep up with the hard work. The second floor waits. Eventually doors will open up and reveal the really face. Now good luck on your speech, and make sure you stand tall. This is going to be pretty awesome.
So, as you all may know, it's 2012. Yep, this is the end of the world speech, so just accept it. I know many of you all are thinking, wasn't the end of the world supposed to be the rapture a couple months ago? Simple answer is no. That was some crazy guy trying to get attention. The Mayans, on the other hand, were one of the most advanced societies of the Western Hemisphere back in their day, and they were clearly not looking for attention hundreds of years in the future. So now you may be wondering, how is the world going to end? No one knows for sure, but it has been a popular subject in the movies over the past few years, and I think all of the possibilities have been covered. There's 2012, and the day after tomorrow, where the Earth is ravaged by natural disasters. There are a great variety of zombie apocalypse and alien invasion movies, and then in my favorite, Idiocracy, the human race devolves and nearly destroys the world. I personally would prefer zombies, but that's a whole different speech in itself. So when people hear the end of the world, they think it's a death, which it is. But I like to believe that no matter how bad things get, there can always be something done to make it a little bit better. Just in case it's not obvious, I'm going to tell you a couple things that I would do to improve on it. So first, when the stuff hits the fan, you don't want to be a part of the mob rushing to the supermarket to grab food and water. Get all that at least a week in advance. Also, you may be wanting a bomb shelter. Yahoo Answers says it takes 3 to 4 weeks to make a bomb shelter, but if you already have a basement, it could take as little as 2. So plan for it. Lastly, weapons. There's no way of knowing what you're going to need, but if you find yourself on an aircraft carrier in Upper Manhattan, surrounded by a pack of wolves, you're going to want something to protect yourself. So now that we've gone through the survival basics, I want to add a small little side note. I'm not trying to send anybody into depression with this speech, and there is a mildly uplifting or at least positive message. But until I get to that, I'm going to talk about the end of the world a little bit more. Assuming these events do transpire, post-apocalyptic life won't be as good as life is now. That means no internet, no air conditioning, and no school. I know most of you think the first two would be impossible to live without, and you probably think you wouldn't miss school. But a few weeks in the post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland, you're going to realize that it's not all it's cracked up to be, and you're going to wish you were back in school. For those of you who still are not convinced that school is a good thing, let me share an Uber fact that I came across on Twitter. The word school is derived from the Greek word skol, which means leisure or break. So next time you're complaining about having to take a break from 8 to 3 every day, just remember, it's better than having your brain harvested by aliens. So I've talked about life now and life after, but what about the 301 days between now and then? If you ask somebody what they would do if they had less than a year to live, they would probably say they do a bunch of crazy stuff they wouldn't normally do, which is understandable. But if you think about it, with everybody doing the typical end of the world rioting and indulging, the world would end before the actual end of the world. So that wouldn't be is in a year, 2 years, or even doesn't end up coming. The only necessities in life are food, shelter, friends, and in the special case of the zombie apocalypse, weapons. Thank you for your time. Good luck, everyone.